Hi, and welcome to another episode of Making Things. Today I'll be reviewing this X-Tech CB10. I've been looking at these for a while now. If you've ever had to map all the breakers in a house that is somewhat old, you'll know that it's a huge mess, especially if the people in the past have made renovations, standards have changed, blah blah blah. Anyways, so last time I had to do that, it took me like 6 months to find where one of the plugs was, because God knows why, even though I tried every breaker multiple times, somehow it just, I couldn't find it. So this time around I got this little toy. You plug it into the wall and you point this at the breakers and it gives you, gives you a little light that tells you this is the breaker. This one is actually the cheapest one I could find on Amazon. Been looking at these for a while. Black Friday came around. It was 35 bucks Canadian. It's about half the price of the next cheapest one. So I jumped right on it. And yeah. So first thing, this is cute. Won't lose it. I'm actually really happy they have that. I was kind of worried. I was like, I'm totally gonna lose this thing otherwise. Get a little, garbage here. A little ad for FLIR. They actually have a heat sensor from them, a thermal camera. I was actually surprised. I didn't know X-Tech was made by FLIR. I have an X-Tech multimeter as well. I'm really happy with it, so I guess it makes sense. So the first thing that surprised me, this came with the battery. Batteries included. You don't see that much. Second, when I did install the battery, someone was not very careful here. The sticker doesn't quite fit right, but whatever, who cares? Some people might care about that, but those people just have all sorts of other issues. Right, Ave? So this is the part that really surprised me, is that for $35, not only did I have the battery included, but there's a knurled insert in there for threading the screw. It's not directly in the plastic. I don't know how many tools I have that cost upwards to 10 times the cost of this one, and still you just get screw in plastic. I couldn't believe it. That's amazing. That is going to make the difference between a tool that breaks on you and that doesn't. This is super awesome. Such a nice touch for such a cheap tool. And by cheap I mean inexpensive, because clearly it's not that cheap. It's not like it's that cheaply made. The whole thing feels fine and doesn't flex. And it's got the brass knurled insert, threaded insert. Alright, now the part that matters. Can it actually find the breakers? So the idea here is you start it off powerful. Right? And then you turn it down as you try to get closer. Alright. We'll start off lower, quite a bit lower. Well, this one's also getting it. Alright, let's start turning it down a bit. There you go, and the moment in truth. First try. Success! Awesome! Alright, 35 bucks. Very decent build, and it works. 3 out of 3. You never get that. Well, I hope this was helpful to you. If it is, please like, subscribe, check out my Patreon. Not necessarily to give money, but it's a good place for me to kind of update people and talk about the upcoming projects. Yeah, have a nice day. This just made mine.